welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. What a year it has been for the advertising and marketing world. As we near the end of 2024, we have had the chance to dive deep into the evolving landscape with conversations that explored everything from digital transformation to the future of consumer behavior. We have heard from industry leaders about the rise of AI in marketing, the importance of data-driven strategies, and how brands are continuing to adapt in a world that's more connected and yet more fragmented than ever before. It has been a year of bold moves like creative collaborations, purpose-driven campaigns, and the relentless pursuit of customer engagement. Now, beyond technology and trends, we also took time to reflect on the human side of marketing, the power of storytelling, the importance of inclusivity, and the impact of social responsibility. We gathered many insights from ad industry doyens, advertising and marketing experts and gurus on what will help brands make a cut in today's fast-changing advertising and marketing landscape. As we wrap 2024, we are bringing you some of our favorite conversations from the year gone by. News of the potential merger between IPG and Omnicom was announced. How will this merger impact?
We don't see it changing too many things in the local landscape, at least.
Will it impact WPP's market share in India?
We don't see any impact as far as market share is concerned, client relationships that we've built, and the fact that we're going deeper with clients. Given the fact that we won the biggest pitches of the year in 2024 as well. For any business to kind of stay relevant, it's important to kind of be on your toes. I think this merger has probably put the spotlight on us even more.
Current regulatory framework, is it enough to manage the complexities of, these large mergers?
Probably there are a host of reasons. Client conflict was probably a challenge some years ago. Today it's more about how do you stay relevant.
And what does it say about the future of, many smaller agencies?
What has really helped us as a market thrive over the last many years is the fact that we have a combination of agencies. Today we have consulting, tech companies, everyone kind of leaning in.
World is obsessed with AI. OnePlus has been slightly late to the party. Tell us more about AI rollout.
So for OnePlus, our first priority is to bring the meaningful AI. So we will introduce more meaningful AI features.
Any technology, it has to be useful for the end user.
Yeah.
Just we cannot push any technology to the user
Just because it's there.
Just because it's there.
Yeah.
We have done a 50 plus user in-depth interviews in multiple locations and captured some of the pain points what Indian users are facing it. From that, we derived the three categories of the AI solutions we need to offer to our Indian users.
Sure, which
So
are?
one is in the camera domain, and second one is definitely it is going to help for multitasking. Nowadays, people are trying to use multiple applications in a faster way. And third area is working professionals. They wanted to have a lot of notes and auto replies and auto scheduling.
Will there be a rollback on the previous devices?
Yes, we have a plan, but again, it depends upon the device capabilities also.
Opportunities that Hilton sees in the India market.
The amazing story for India at the moment is that infrastructure story. The expressways are shortening travel times. Just look at Delhi to Jaipur as an example, or the Delhi to Mumbai expressway that's going to come, let alone fast rail linking the country. And so what we're seeing is this explosion in domestic travel, and that's only set to increase.
To tap into the middle class, recently announced the launch of Spark.
So what Spark does is it gives an entry-level traveler access to that famous Hilton hospitality as it does an owner for a smaller format hotel. And we're committed to bring 150 Spark hotels to southern India.
And yours is also a family full of such amazing, illustrious, creative people. How do you inspire each other?
When you do some work where you need a sounding board, it's the most beautiful way of doing it. Sounding board actually stays in your house. You pick up the phone and you ask your sister Rama in Delhi. Yeah. So in this phrase I was trying to use for Hindi, and she was an ex-BBC producer. I said, how would you say it? So we use each other. How would you do this music? How would you do that? I'll call up Dhruv Ghanekar, who's my Ishita's husband. Say, Dhruv, any tune comes to your mind. So if you are not insecure and you have so much around you, you have every reason to be very secure that the library, you live in a library and the library belongs to you.
Yeah.
And we live in a huge library called India. So if we go down to our culture, there's so much to learn. And if a lot of culture lives in your house, there's so much to learn.
Casper, how does Glenn Morangi look at this emergence of Indian whiskey and single malt brands over the past couple of years?
I think there's room for all, which is very good. We welcome that increased competition and the good quality of Indian single malt whiskies, but overall, I hope that it can bring more and more consumers into the single
Do you
malt
think
category.
it will bring in more and more consumers?
I mean, we were earlier this week, we were in a fantastic bar in Delhi called Whiskey Samba. Fantastic place, but when I walked in there and the back bar selection of Scottish single malts, Japanese single malts, Irish single malts, and Indian single malts was one of the best that you'll see in the world. And that brought so many people in there, curious to explore, curious to find. The more people we can get in excited by this category, the more we can offer innovation and diverse tastes, the more people will come to single malt in the end.
Last year, you spoke about how the kind of scale that India offers provides a great testing ground for a company like Meta. So tell us a successful product which was tested in the India market.
Flows is a perfect example of something that we built for India, seeing behavior in India, right? A lot of the announcements that we made, even if they're not launched first in India, a lot of the reason why they've been built is the feedback that we've gotten from India. The largest market for Meta AI is India. We just launched Llama 3.1 and we announced that we had around 350 million downloads of the model and 20 million downloads just in the last month. Closer home, we're seeing Indian developers build on Llama.
What are some of the initiatives that you take to address some of these underserved markets?
Skilling, a passion of ours at Meta. We want to give the tools, we want to be able to educate people on what's available on our platforms.
Meera, what propelled you to launch a new brand?
I think it's come out of my own dream of having a beauty brand that caters to people like me who want to simplify their skincare routine.
Tell us more about your partnership with Reliance Retail.
I think the idea came in 2 years ago. The fact that they believed in me and my philosophy and decided to run with it, I think it was a really humbling experience.
What are some of your learnings?
It was a team effort through and through. There was involvement from my end on formulations, the vision, the philosophy, taking it through to ingredients, testing, reworking certain formulations if we needed to. I mean, we had the Cloud 9 cream. And it was ready to go. It was our first product that was ready to go, and I felt like we could make it better.
Sushant, over the past 2-3 years, not just Starbucks has expanded its footprint in India, but also a lot of newer players have entered the market.
Coffee penetration is still 25-26%. In terms of retail, coffee is 1/10 the size of tea. So the head space that you have in terms of the category is so high. I don't think we need to worry about competing against each other.
But still, there is a lower coffee penetration in the India market. What, according to you, will drive that penetration?
We need to ensure that it becomes a habit. It cannot remain an occasion, it cannot be an indulgence. And China is a good example. China is tea producing, tea drinking. And in China, in 2010, 2011, Starbucks had around 150-200 stores. Today, they have 8,000 stores. And there is n number of competition who has another 15 to 20,000 stores. And I think the same will happen in India.
How is the geopolitical situation? How are the economic challenges shaping your strategies?
Analysis team has been really important to us in terms of how we can respond quickly, get the facts and the information, and then take that out to our clients. And then what we've seen from a client angle is either budget shifts, either downgrades of budgets. In the mains, we've had to have the flexibility to be able to be their growth partner.
Advertising industry is losing talent to other sectors. So if someone who wants to enter the media investment industry, what is the advice?
You learn around evolution of technology. How do you create transformative brand experiences? And more importantly, you work with clients to deliver the outcome. 25 years back, if I did not do that lifelong learning that Prerna spoke about, how am I going to evolve myself as a leader? I see the work that I did 10 years back to the work that I do today is so very different. That's why it keeps me motivated.
How do you keep the prices so competitive?
What we try to focus on is, let's try to create a product which can probably sell 1 million unit or 500,000 unit, right? And then you do the backward working, what should be the right price for an Indian consumer, what is the price point of a global consumer and everything. Then there's a lot of science behind it. Probably it's a secret sauce for us that has worked well for us. So not something that I'll be able to comment more.
From competitive pricing to the price that shocked us from noise, it was the Luna ring. Priced at 19,000 rupees, more expensive than your smartwatches or any other wearables that you've launched so far. Why are rings so high priced?
Because it has not been at a scale at this point of time for anybody in the world. These rings are very, very small at this point of time. Probably the price will take time. Second, I think it is still in an early stage where you are just trying to get the best health metrics through this, and it's a niche audience.
Which teams, according to you, will be the top 4 teams in the T20 World Cup?
Well, definitely Australia, and then you can choose whichever 3 you want.
Which are the other 3?
Don't care. You can pick any of them.
Don't care. It is time for a short break. You don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back. As we look ahead to 2025, one thing is clear. The future of advertising and marketing is exciting, unpredictable, and full of opportunity. Whether it's the role of emerging platforms, the disruptive power of AI, the growing influence of social media, or how sustainability is redefining what it means to connect with the audience, the industry will continue to evolve in unexpected ways. In today's special, we are getting you all of these key insights from the conversations we have had in the year gone by. Let's take a look. Overall advertising investment at the Paris Olympics this time, and how has it changed or evolved since Tokyo 2020?
Firstly, we have a very interesting mix of contingent, almost about 117 athletes. The first time India is hosting India House, and obviously great effort done by the corporate India like JSW or Reliance or Tata's, who have done some phenomenal work.
Plus we have our golden boys and girls going and representing there. Definitely Neeraj Chopra, if you see, even the surround around Neeraj Chopra is increasing. He's bagging more endorsements.
Visa has onboarded Neeraj Chopra.
It's not so much about what it will do to the brand. Obviously they provide visibility, but we make sure we chose athletes who link back to the brands.
Now these values, if I pick up, which is in terms of getting into being transparent, hardworking, flexible, agile, so you can associate all these superlatives and latives to the brand.
VML Wine are merging with Wunderman Thompson. It's been 8 months. How is the new agency?
In one of our markets, we were both pitching for a piece of business, right? And when the news was announced, we both actually at the same time got into the shortlist. And the client said, we actually like both ideas. And since you're now coming together, can we get both, right? We had brand and creative, we have data and tech and all that. In today's world, clients want to see that come together holistically. Is that we actually, as 2 companies, were already working together on almost 50% of our clients. A couple of our principles was we will start with where we were together already and build from that.
So what were some of the initial challenges that you had to address as the co-CEO?
In March, we brought all our CEOs, all our capability leaders into Singapore for a summit, because we felt that the fastest way for people to get to know and learn and to work together is to actually know each other.
Paints is something that you've been in for decades, but entering into home decor, Amit, what have been some of the learnings from that journey?
Today, I think, really seeing that the personality of the individual, really how people choose their options in terms of their lifestyle, and therefore the lifestyle suiting a certain kind of coating also which comes along with it to that extent. And what we are learning new is that the consumer segmentation in terms of a decor segmentation becomes very, very important.
So you are now, expanding into kitchens, baths, flooring, doors. Tell me something. Should IKEA be worried about Amit Singhal's ambition?
I think they should be definitely looking forward for us really opening the categories for them to that extent, because the kind of work which we can do across segments and homes is something which possibly no other international player can do it.
New leadership in the country.
Yes.
Under, of course, Dheeraj
Yep.
Sinha. So what is his 6-month report card like, according to
Oh my gosh. When I was looking for our new leader, I wanted someone who I think first and foremost believed in creative as much as I do and that we do globally. I think second, someone who had a track record of building great teams and great agencies. And third, someone who has a modern view of what clients want and where clients are going. And Dheeraj, to me, had the perfect blend of creative passion, technology experience, and a data-driven mindset as a former planner and strategist. He is bringing in incredible talent from inside India as well as outside. And I think he's really brought together our 4 agencies in an incredible way. So if I were to give him a grade, I would definitely give him an A.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a huge India fan.
What will be your focus? Like, where will the push be? Which segment?
Well, volume-wise, we'll be going deeper and at more speed on Ibis, Novotel, Mercure. This is where you have the
Ibis,
greatest,
Novotel,
largest
and Mercure.
population, demand and appetite.
Sure.
But in Udaipur, in Jaipur, in Bangalore, in Goa, we're going to make a big push on luxury positioning with Sofitel, with Raffles, with Orient Express, and with Fairmont. Mid-scale and luxury.
What are some of the challenges when it comes to creating luxury positioning and premium positioning in a country like India, where, you know, if you visit any of the hotels, like any of the luxury properties, hospitality is something that you will be blown away by?
No, it's not more challenging than being in the Middle East or being in San Francisco or being in London. It's kind of the same challenge. Don't ever lie. Make sure people see the materials, the beauty. When they touch the doorknob, they need to understand that I guess it's not cheap. Same thing with the shower fixtures. So it's no, it's not more difficult. You know, a lot of people have been telling me that luxury market in India, maybe it's going to be difficult. But you invented luxury. Oberoi invented luxury a long time ago. So did Stage. So did Lila.
Yeah.
So I'm only learning from what existed already and trying to enhance it, which is difficult, by the way.
You've been with Dentsu for so many years now, like decades. You know, Dentsu over the past 2-3 years has been through quite a bit with, you know, senior leadership exiting. Now, you know, like when I look at Dentsu, not just in India, but, you know, globally as well, it, you know, seems to have come together. Like, you know, there is a new leadership, there is a new structure in place. If you can, from your perspective, share about this journey that Dentsu has been through over the past couple of years.
Dentsu is a company with 123 years of history. We were joking about it. A lot of the things that we've been through from this historical lens of 123 years is like a blink. Right? We need to change, we need to transform ourselves, we need to perform better, and we want to innovate, we want to create impact. For this to happen, we do need to take the suffering as well to ensure that we transform and really embrace change. There are some colleagues that we really love that are doing different things right now, not in Dentsu, but we're always forever grateful for the fact that we actually enjoy the moment with them and create something meaningful while they're here.
Investment in MarTech is something which is of primary importance to most marketers we work with, and earlier it would be a CTO who would be making those decisions, but today it's everyone from the CMI person to the marketing person and the technology person along with the finance person kind of working in,
so everyone is
in
tuned
tandem.
AI is really about a lot of collaboration. It's almost like a football as a sport. It doesn't lie with the CTO or a CMO or a CFO. It has to be fairly collaborative.
A CMO has always been leading the transformative charter. It's not a new phenomena. It's just that now AI is added to that charter, and AI is an extension to the transformation journey. Therefore, needing the empowerment to take decisions on behalf of the business is very important.
Rohit, how much autonomy do you have?
As a marketer, full autonomy on deciding what is the right proposition you want to build for your consumer. And to build that, then you work with various stakeholders in the organization in terms of you have your data analytics team who will help you build the right insights, find the right insights based on which you build the right value proposition. And once you have the right value proposition, then you work, of course, with your market research team to really figure it out if it's working with the consumers or not. working with the finance team to then decide what is the cost of this value proposition.
The internal joke we have is when people refer to me as CMO, they often ask me, are you the chief marketing officer or are you the chief marathon officer? Right? Because of our sustained interest, passion and all on the marathons field. Being a partner to marathons done inside the company has been tremendous. Today, out of our 6 lakh colleagues, roughly a third, 2 lakh of them are runners of some note or the other. Last year at the TCS New York City Marathon, I spent some time with one of our clients who's the CEO of a large bank in Europe. He had come there with his wife. Now he's a regular marathon runner, but for his wife it was her first marathon, right? They finished in an amazing time of just 4 hours. And that moment meant everything to them. And for TCS to be there at this moment and to enable it for them is such a great privilege.
Since you also mentioned that it gives you great value, do you keep on pushing that budget a little higher with each passing year?
I do keep pushing. The other conversation you need to have with our CFO.
Your first share the load after taking charge. Tell us more. How do you look at this entire journey, over the 9 years of this share the load campaign?
It's an absolutely amazing love mark for P&G India, recognized world over, not just within P&G, globally, as one of the most sustained cause campaigns. This purpose, this belief for us is not seasonal or once in a while. It is something we truly believe as a brand. To me personally, this is so close to my heart. I'm really living a share the load life. I have just moved from Singapore and it's just me who's moved. My family is still in Singapore. I have 2 very young children. I would never in my dreams have taken this leap if I didn't feel, if my husband did not inspire the confidence that my home team is one solid team.
As we wrap this special, we want to thank all of our incredible guests, experts and listeners who've joined us throughout the year. Your insights and feedback have been invaluable as we continue to explore this dynamic industry together. From all of us here at Storyboard 18, we wish you all a wonderful holiday season and a prosperous new year. Stay tuned in for more discussions in 2025 as we keep unpacking the latest in advertising, marketing, and everything in between.